Now I gotta ride or die.
So we're starting today off slightly windy, no hat in this video as well. My missus gave me a haircut and I'm not sure if it's good or bad. We'll find out in the comments later, but today we're taking out the Series 1 and I've just cleared a few things out of it because I'm actually daily driving this thing at the moment. It's so enjoyable to daily drive this and come out and see it all the time. But we're actually going to take this to literally over there, which is Esplanade. I have done a few videos with Esplanade before, but I thought I'd bring this out today. Lovely day, but we're going to swap this out for the new Mark 8 Golf. They've invited me down to test drive it, so we'll go and park the Series 1 up over at Esplanade, jump in the Mark 8, see what it's like. I'm a Golf fan at the end of the day. Again, sorry about the hair and the wind, but I haven't really experienced or even seen anything to do with the Mark 8. So, actually relatively interesting. I will point out at the start of this video that I am a Golf fan. I love VW Golfs, mainly the Mark 1 and the Mark 5. The others I like. The Mark 6 is a really, really cool platform that no one really seems to buy. Really enjoy that platform, but the Mark 8 is the new one. We're going to see what it's like. Let's start the RS Turbo up. Yeah! Yeah, boys! Right, onwards. Mark 8 Golf time. Here we are. Here we are. Do you know what? We're going to go over here. We're going to go over here. We're going to park it at the front, just so I can let someone keep an eye on it more than anything. I'm just scared, alright? Leaving this in a car park is probably the scariest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Give her a lock up. Love that sound. You know, like Toretto stop right there in Fast and Furious 1. Sounds like that. So here is the new Mark 8 Golf. Very, very cool colour that we're taking out today. This is the Moonstone, which is sort of a Nardo grey, but with a bit of gloss in it, which is very, very interesting colour to put on these new Mark 8s. From the pictures that I saw of this car, I was interested, but I didn't think much of it. In person, though, I must admit, it is so reminiscent of a Golf. I know that sounds so silly, but some of the previous Polos that I'd driven for the channel, I noticed that there was, yes, a size difference from the Golf to the Polo, but there was really something that related them a lot more than they ever did. So yeah, very interesting car. I do like the styling, although from the pictures, I must admit, I'm going to be the first person to say that after the Mark 7, I was a bit skeptical, but in person, although this is even the entry level, it is a very, very good looking car. Must admit, LED lights even on this entry level car will come inside because it has a full, as you can see, digital screen in this entry level model. So huge screen here for all your infotainment, and it has a screen for the speedo and all that. Usually you would get this as an optional extra in most cars. I think Audi, previous generation stuff, it was a virtual cockpit and you would sort of be charged for it. Very reminiscent of the previous generation Golfs though, with all of the sort of switching and stuff on the doors, this sort of bit on the dash. But the newer stuff like this really nice silver down here with the gloss black bits and the charging here for your phone. I mean, look at this. This is really cool. Just get my stuff out of the way. How cool is that? It like holds your cup for you. You could switch that back in. Very, very cool. Yeah, 6-speed this one as well. Nice steering wheel in these touch switches as well. Still, everything I think is in locations to where you want it to be with these Golfs. You know, this is all touch and you can actually go up and down with the volume as well, which is a really, really cool feature. Very reminiscent of previous Golfs, I think, the interior, but with a new age twist. Again, as I've sort of already gone through, I do genuinely think this car is, although an entry-level Golf, it has so many options that you would usually find on luxury cars. It's very, very interesting to find that on the newer cars that are coming out, like bigger screens. It has all of the ambient lighting in there. Guys can just about see that maybe on camera, but it has all the ambient light. You can change that. It is really a step up, and I know and I understand the Mark 7 was a fantastic car, and it was, the 7.5 was a really hard car to actually better. Although this is only a entry-level model, it's going to be hard to actually experience this, considering I've experienced an R and a GTI before. So we're going to take it out on the road, go and enjoy it, go and see what this thing is like, see what the handling's like, because when they bring a GTI out and an R in this variant, I'm definitely going to get my hands on one of those. But it's going to be nice to see what these are like now, being a Golf fan and all that, because I like Golfs. Anyway, let's go and get the keys and go and enjoy it down some B roads. So, jumping in the Mark 8 Golf. First things to point out, nice bit of display in front of us. Very exciting. The Golf has really specced itself up with this generation Mark 8, I think. Depress the clutch, give her a start. Now, this is the 1.5 litre, 130 horsepower, this one is. So, base model, or entry level model, I should say more than anything. So, this is the entry level Golf Mark 8. Interestingly enough, a lot of things comes as standard, which is very nice. We've got screens on screens, we've got sat nav as standard on the entry level, which is again really cool. Entry level cars usually don't have a lot of special bits about them. The cheapest one you can probably get yourself into at the moment in Moonstone, which is this lovely grey. It's sort of like Nardo grey, but it's like glossy. But there is no metallic in this paint. It is a very strong colour to have on the Mark 8 though, very impressive. First things to point out while driving it, the screens, which are again a standard feature in the entry level Golf, which is super impressive. Very nice ambient look to the whole place. There's lighting everywhere, so at night this thing lights up. I do genuinely think, me and the sales guys were having a little chat, what they've done really in this Mark 8 is shown that they can have a entry-level Golf but with high-end features that you would usually have to spec up on a car. So this has ambient lighting all around it, so you can change the color. It has LED front lights, it has sat nav as standard. They're all things that you would usually have to actually pay to put in a car, and this is the entry-level Golf that has these things, which is fantastic. Now, driving, it feels just like a Golf. All the buttons, well, especially the buttons here on the door, are of previous generations, I would say, but all of the dash, everything here is completely different. It's all touchscreen, and although it's relatively easy to find, it's not the same as it used to be, which is cool because I do like, you know, progression in generations of cars. But this one, you can sense that there's so much new age technology going on. The screen's really nice as well, nice big screen, again in the entry level Golf. Seats are as of previous generations. I owned a Mark 5 1.6 litre, which is, at the end of the day, it was the entry level at the time, and that was an impressive little car. And it felt like this, where it was really well built, it was comfy, it had all the bits you needed it to have on it without all the bells and whistles, but you weren't paying for the bells and whistles at the time. But it was an incredibly base spec car. This though is nothing like that, because not only has it got some power behind it, 130 horsepower is again quite a lot in theory in an entry level Golf. You're not paying crazy money for that sort of power. The clutch is nice, the gearbox feels good, the vision's very good. I like the mirrors, the way they sort of wisp out, if that makes any sense. They look really cool anyway. The dash layout as well means you can still see everything in front of you, even with these bigger screens in this newer Golf. So as an avid Golf fan and someone that has owned an entry spec Golf in the past, this is an impressive car. There is so much more than you would usually get in these sort of base model or entry level cars. Nice bit of power behind her as well, but it's like a little bit more luxury focused. Like, again, you would find all of these things that I've spoken about usually in a higher spec or even a more prestigious model of car, but this one is the entry level in it, and it has it all on it, which is fantastic. So yeah guys, there we go, the new Mark 8 Golf. Very cool, very impressive car. But we'll go back, take a nice little picture with the Series 1, shall we? Let's do that. So for a final, last little shot, thought we'd bring the Series 1 over and just put them next to each other. It's always interesting to see like an 80s car versus like a brand spanking new car. Very, very interesting jumping from one to the other. I do like, as I've left the car on, I do like these running lights as well. Very, very cool. But if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you again so much to Esplanade for letting me take the new Golf out. Very, very interesting car. Want to see this when it's a GTI and when it becomes an R model. Anyway, thank you so much again to Esplanade. Please go and follow them on social media. The more you like this video, the more you like this sort of content, the more cars we can get to put on the channel from these guys. So please give this video a like, subscribe. If you haven't, check out the new drop, as I've already said in the video, of the 106 GTI. I'll see you all on the next video.